Hi, I'm Wendy. I'm 43 years old. I used to be a nurse for about 15 years of my life. I'm married to Philip and we have 2 children. I've been battling with post-natal depression for the last 7 years. I remember the first feelings when I was pushing Aaron in his buggy, and as we were walking in the road, fear struck me and I saw danger everywhere. I would try and rush back home to where I felt it was safe. I remembered just feeling really out of control. I would even cook a meal just to make me feel empowered. I would ask mothers, was this natural? And everyone would reassure me that there was nothing wrong. All mothers felt protective of their babies. The health visitor came to see me and she said, there was signs that I had postnatal depression. All I said to her was, there's no issue. And that carried on. She would visit me and I would just say, there's nothing wrong. I had Erica with me and she cried the whole day and night. I remember my husband was going to go to work the next day, and it was that evening. Everything just became too much. I held her and I said, what do you want from me? I've had enough. What do you want from me? And I remember holding her and I knew I wanted to harm her. I knew I wanted to shake her so that she would just stop crying. And then there was this moment and I stopped and I knew that I had a problem. And the next morning I went to the GP and I remember saying to her, please don't take my children away from me. The doctor was very supportive. He was very reassuring and saying that no one's going to take my baby away. And she explained to me, just because of the seriousness of how I felt, they needed to get an emergency psychiatrist. I was seen by the psychiatrist and he was just a very kind man. He really made sense of everything I felt. He just made me feel that I wasn't failing at what I was doing and what I was going through. My feelings were normal. I started going on antidepressants once again. I was offered talking therapies by my GP. Liz and I started chatting and she told me about her journey. I felt like I was able to be honest, things I would not have told my husband even or anyone else, things I'm ashamed of, I was able to verbalize to her. Then I started going, she introduced me to the group, the Hope in Depression group. I did realize that the people within my little group, some of them I identified with, so it felt a safe place to be. Having been on the Hope in Depression course has really changed my life for the better, because I was able to be honest in a safe environment. I understood my depression a lot better. The day-to-day struggles did become easier. I recognized when I was spiraling out of control, when things were bad. Before this dark cloud came, I would recognize the symptoms and put things in progress, be kind to myself so that I would stop myself from just going down the deep end again. The Hope in Depression course has made me really positive about the future, made me feel in control. It made me feel like I have a future. It made me feel positive about life. My advice is come back the next week. Don't stop. Even though you're feeling vulnerable, you'll feel more equipped every week you leave the course.